Welcome back, it's Xavier, and in this tutorial, and this will be short, I'm just going to quickly show you with just the details that we inputted in our last video, and hopefully you've got a lot more in there now, how we can use our task list. So we open up, we've got our main page, we go to Bonsai, and what I want to know is I want to see about the details, because I want to print off my details and show my wife or my family all about the trees I put in, and the tree I want to have a look at is ID 1. And oh look, it's my privet stump. It's got the details of it. It was wired and recovered in the notes, so I can see the notes of it. And if I want to have a written something, a printout, then I can just press print. And that's exactly what I can do. So that's something you might find useful. You always hit close, go back to front page. What else might I want to have a look at? Well, we know I've got some actions. So hopefully we've got more than one, but I know there's something to do with wiring. So say we're in the middle of March or coming to the end of March, probably middle of March, and I want to know what am I going to be doing in April. Put April in there, and if you have a look there, you can actually pick any month, and it's up until, so it's 12 months, so it's from the date you're doing it. So there's no point, you couldn't look 2 years ahead with this, so that's one of the limitations. Find what's been in April. Oh, look at that. Privet for tensile large, wiring, branches wired. And this is where those notes are important, because I can see from that it was purchased pre-wired, and I want to look at it in April. And the purchase pre-wired means I just want to check it. I could print that, and that would produce a PDF, and that would print off. But you can have a look and see what that PDF looks like. Yes, and there you go. So I would print out all my tasks for April, and I only have one there. That's wiring. And I think that's pretty good. And from here, if I've completed that task, I can tick that, and if I refresh and reset, that task won't come back up again when I redo it. So as you do them, you can tick them off. I'm not going to do that because we're going to do that for later stage, but I thought I'd give you a little sneak preview. If you've got more tasks, you can filter by or. So you can't filter by both, but you can filter, say, I just want to have a look at I'll pick something I know I haven't got, Chinese pepper. Filter. Well, I've got no task for my Chinese pepper in April, but I know I have got a task for filter, and there it comes up. Reset. But I could also, if I've got loads and loads of trees that I know I've wired, and I just want to know which trees, the wiring trees I've got to do, so it's going to be branches wired, and there it is. So it's an and or. You can't do both. So you couldn't do wiring and Chinese elm. So it's a choice which way you go with it. And normally what I'll do is, I know I've got a load of wire to check at the beginning of April. I'll do a list which is April, branches wired, and it will give me a printout of all the trees that I want to check. And I'll go around one morning and do exactly that. I print the paper off, and I'll put some notes in the back as I go around. And then I'll come back and update this, either completed, or I might change the review date. And you can change the review date here if you want, or you can go back to your action log and you can put in either a new entry and say exactly the same thing, or what I'd actually do is wiring branch wired. I've checked it the 1st of April, it looked fine. I've thought to myself 3 more weeks, so I'll actually change that and say, well, I actually want that to be checked 1st of May. And if you put that as 1st of May, save it, then that's the way of saving it. When you've got more trees, that's what you do want to do. So anyway, so that was a quick look at how your bring up, or your what do we call it, your month review can look, and also your tree history. We'll do action list, genus list, and style list at a different stage, but you've seen already where you can enter that. You can actually edit them from here down here. But if you want to close, I can just go to my action list. They're all here, and I might actually decide I don't like the wording of how they are, and this is where it's up to you. You can just say, do you know what, this is far too many, and you can reduce all those, delete and whatever, and that will be updated in the database. Because I think administration died, others told. I'd actually might want another one and go new. It's going to be administration. That's going to be new purchase. See how that works. Refresh. Now let's close that. Let's go back to our action log. We're going to go here to administration, and we've actually got sold other. And if we go into our thing, administration, it's got itself alphabetically, new purchase. That makes much more stuff. So I can just put any notes up from there, and it'll be normally something that he's told me. And just to clear it up now, I know that's all done. That's in my notes. The height, okay. In the old time, this is exactly where I'd have it. I'd keep the latest height up there. But you may actually want to have that in your administration notes. So you could actually go, you bought it and you've just remembered that actually you want to just put details of that. So you just save that, get rid of that. Because I tend to find if I go out there one day and realize that that tree's got insects, I might put needs some, because I may have to still mix up some stuff or whatever, and I just put it there because it's the last relevant thing just to remind me, rather than having your little scraps of paper and you always get distraction, you haven't done anything with it. Okay, so that's all there, but it's all a bit out of order. So if we refresh it, yeah, it's all got itself nice into the date order again. And again, whatever's important to you, that's what becomes of the activities and development notes. So hopefully you enjoyed that little update thing, not too long, but from that, you should already have the basic functionality of the Bonsai database. So from Xavier in the dining room, I'll say happy bonsaiing, God bless, cheers.